Hello everyone, this is Guitar the Bender. Today I'm just home alone and I'm bored. And I was thinking maybe I should tell you guys how I came up with my most famous character, Luna the Dragon. Well, kind of a long story, I'd say. Now, this isn't scripted at all, so expect some rambling. Anyway, first point, when I was about probably 7 years old, I think 7, 6, something like that, I made a fan character. She was, a Sonic fan character. She was an orange hedgehog, I think. I forgot what I called her, but she was the first character I created. She's not related to Luna in any way. She was just, the hedgehog was just my first character. Then, I decided, because, what if I made another character? So, I created a new character. She was by the same name as the hedgehog character, because I was still sort of experimenting. I cannot remember the name, okay? I cannot. So if you ask, I might remember it at some point or another, but yeah. Anyway. And if you hear crunching, it's because I'm eating chips right now. Chips are good, anyway. Well, that character, the second one I should say, was, at first, she was, an eagle. I forget which kind. I honestly do, because this was so long ago, and I hardly ever think of them anymore. But then I decided to make something original. I decided to make that eagle a shapeshifter. Sort of. So yeah, that went along for a while, and eventually, I just dropped off on the first character, the hedgehog. I just locked her away in the deepest corners of my imagination. I never really, developed her, because when her concept was first created, I was really young. Because, I made a fan characters, I should say, is because, why not? I think it'd be fun. Not that I knew fan characters before, but whatever. Sorry if I mumble. I'm a mumbler. Anyway. So, the second character lived on, the shapeshifter. I thought it was quite original. Now, I'm just gonna call her Luna, quote-unquote, because she was sort of primitive to the one today. Now, Luna, quote-unquote, didn't have a role yet. She did not have a role yet. She was just, a friend, sort of, that was, friends with some of the characters of that certain, fan base? I think it was for Sonic fan base. I can't remember. Yeah, because back then Avatar didn't exist. But anyway. I keep saying anyway. Oh god, okay. So, yeah, she was still a shapeshifter, and I think she could turn into pretty much anything and any creature, and then I was like, why don't I just make her shapeshift in different, organisms? So I dropped the whole turning into an object thing, because that'd be too, cheap and unfair, but yeah. Then, about maybe a year later, I decided, you know what, screw the whole, other animal idea. I should just make her a dragon. Now, at this point, she was still sort of a shapeshifter. Sort of. She just never really used her power. Now, she was a red dragon at first. When she was first a dragon, she was red. A fire dragon. She still wasn't Luna. I changed her name again from her first stage, but I can't really quite remember. Honestly, I can't. Please excuse my horrible crunching. Alright, continuing. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Well, her role didn't change she just looked different, and she had sort of a different personality. She was just a fire dragon. She didn't really have any important roles. And it went like that for a couple of years. And that is when I decided to make her, Wyvern, however you pronounce it. It didn't last too long. I completely scrapped that idea within like 2 months. And I went back to the original red dragon idea. And I I was like, you know what? 'Cause let me just tell you something. You know that old, Animal Planet movie from like 2005, Dragons of Fantasy Made Real? I actually based Luna off of that mountain dragon, the green one. I based her off of that. She's not an exact copy of it, but yeah. She's sort of based off of that green mountain dragon. And that design was easy and it stuck in my head, so why not change her form again? So yeah, she became a green earth dragon, but now I couldn't find a fitting name. I really couldn't. So, I named her after myself, but rearranged it a little bit. Then I was like, no, that's stupid. I will not tell my real name, So, I was like, why don't I name her something like... Now, this is before, most of her story was created, so I sort of came up with the name Luna off the top of my head, really. So one day, I'm, laying down in bed, just watching TV, and I'm like, the name Luna sounds good. And I think it was as I was falling asleep or something, and I ran over my head the name Luna the Dragon, Luna the Dragon, Luna the Dragon, and I liked it. That's what I called her. It was her real name. So, I renamed her for the first time in years. And, this is probably really boring to you, but, yeah. Please excuse my horrible crunching again. Alright. Now, this is probably the closest, Luna that is compared to today. So, yeah. Now, Luna still didn't have a role. This is like the beginning of the current Luna. Now, remember that old show on, I think it was Cartoon Network, Atomic Betty? I was watching it one day, and I'm like, maybe I should make Luna some sort of protector. So I came up with the name Great Guardian. The Great Guardian. At first, it was the Great Guardian of all the elements, but then I was like, that's too long, so the Great Guardian was just sort of a shortened version, and that just became the official name of her role. I know it's horrible, but I couldn't call her something super long, because I wanted it to be short and sweet, to the point, general. Okay. So, Luna the Great Guardian. I kind of liked it, so I kept. And then, around 2005, 2006, the show Avatar came along. And at first I didn't think of Luna being inserted into that show, because I didn't know how she would fit into it. But after about maybe a while of thinking of a story about her, now, her current story, Luna's original story, has been edited so much in the past couple of years. So much. And to tell you I can't speak. To tell you Luna's entire story from the beginning when she was just an egg to when she was maybe around 500 years old would take a little bit over an hour, I'd say. To just get every detail would take a little bit over an hour. That's how complicated her story is, really. 'Cause that story has been made through 2 years or something. No, not 2 years, no way. That's 3 years or something. But wait. It's probably a little bit less than 3 years, but I know it's definitely, more than a year.